So hello students, welcome to EduTap. In this video, we will focus on the current affairs for NABARD Grade A 2024. Here you will get the answer of questions like, what part of current affair is the most important one? When should I start preparing for current affair? How many months of current affair are most important for NABARD Grade A 2024? You will get answer of all such questions because this video is divided into 4 parts. First, we will come to learn about the importance of current affair. Then we will talk about the learnings that we can take from 2023 examination and can incorporate in preparation of 2024 to prepare in an exam oriented way. Then we will talk about the sources from which we can prepare current affairs. And lastly, keeping in mind the importance of current affair and the lessons of 2023, how we can cover these sources. So basically, we'll be talking about the ultimate strategy. So let's start this video. So first you need to see in phase 1 how important are current affairs. So here you can see you have your 20 marks of GA and 40 marks of ESI and 40 marks of ARD. Why I'm talking about only these 3 sections? Because these are the merit section. Right. Now here you need to see when we are talking about the general awareness. So if you see the previous year paper of 2023 and 2022 and before that, you will see around your 80% of the exam is only from the current affairs. So it can be between 60 to 80, but it's near 80 morely, right? So if you analyze it like way, you will be able to find out that most questions in the GA part are only from the current affairs section. You might feel like the exam questions are from static, but that static knowledge will only be in question because it was in the current affair. I'll discuss it, don't worry. When I'll show you the example, we will discuss that, right? Then talking about the ESI part, so here you have 40 marks, maximum marks for ESI. You will get 40 questions basically. If you see in year 2022 and in year 2023, around your 4 questions only are from the static part, rest part is from the current affair part. When I'm talking about the ARD, here you see in ARD what happened, not much questions are there. So around your 6 to 8 questions are from current affair, rest are from the static part, right? So here it clearly mentioned that you will get around, here you will get around 16 questions from current affair only. Then here you will get around 36 questions from current affair only. Then here you can get around 8 questions from current affair only. So if I'm talking about the merit section, maximum question will only be from your current affair part. It will you will see maximally. In most years, it will cross 50% part, right? So 50% of current affair you need to prepare for your NABARD Grade A examination. That first thing should be clear in your mind, right? Now coming to phase 2, I'll not mention the phase 2 here because phase 2 is very simple. You have paper 1 of English and paper 2 of ESI and ARD. English, if I talk about the essay, right? So there you need to cover the current affair part. So basically essay is usually of 40 marks and these 40 marks can only be grabbed when you have a good hold over the current affair. Although, let me remind you, some questions are philosophical in essay. So if you are attempting those, then current affair will be no issue. But when you are talking about the ESI ARD, the paper will be combined. So it cannot be like, okay, only this much question were from ESI, this much question were from ARD. If a question come from Ministry of Agriculture have done something related to the economy, right, then that question can be the part of the ARD also, ESI also, right? So that is why you will be able to see, I have not mentioned that, but yes, if I talk about paper 2 and only objective part, so there you will be able to see around 50% question from current affair are there, both in the ESI, ARD, both section, okay? So out of 50 question, you will be able to see 25 to 26 question are there from the current affair part. Then if I talk about the descriptive component of 50 marks, now there what happen is sometimes more question are from the static, sometimes less question are from the static, but some question will always be from the current affair part. If I talk about the 2021, you will be able to see the 15 marker question were also from the current affair part. Some 10 marker question were also from the current affair part. But if I talk about 2023, again, current affairs mein se question were also there, but majority question were from the static part, right? So here you can assume out of 50, at least 20 marks to 30 marks are from the current affair. So it gives you wide idea why current affairs are important. I'll not talk about the interview because that's a whole different story, okay? So first you need to mention that. Now coming to the learnings that we can take from year 2026. So first you need to note down is, see, 60% of current affairs usually are from the past 3 months of phase 1, right? This is the majority case. I'm not saying this will happen in 2024, 2025 also, but yes, this is the major times. What that happen is, last 3 months, the 60% of the current affairs are there. So majority of time this is the case. And if I talk about the 80% of the current affair, they are from the 6 months from phase 1, right? Again, disclaimer is, it is usually the case in PYQs. We have seen it can sometime be 80, it can also be 75, it can also be 78, but yes, near 80% are from the last 6 months. So this first you need to note down. Now, since you have time, what I would recommend you is go for 6 months. Don't wait ki I'll do the current affair of 3 months. And if you are planning to target the current affair of past 6 months, the best time to start your current affair would be your month of March, right? You can very much also go for April, but after that you will be in the category where you will be covering the 3 months or 4 months of current affair. And then you will be also the people out of the people who can only do 60% of the current affair. If you want to make your chances of getting selected better, go for 80% of the current affair, target 6 months of current affair. Okay, so this you need to focus first. Now taking into the examples, what kind of current affair we can get. So here you can see, if I talk about the GA, now look at the question that we have here. Nirmala Sitharaman currently hold which position? Now, one might think like, okay, this is the part of static. I need to remember all the ministers, what department they are serving, these kind of things. No. See, we know Nirmala Sitharaman, ma'am is always in news, right? So that is why you need to note down. If some famous personality is coming again and again in the news, so you also note down the static portion of that particular person. Similarly, if I talk about the other things, so here you can say, so Leander Paes become the first Asian man to nominated for the International Tennis Hall. Now, one might feel like, okay, I'll just have to remember the name of the personality or from which game they are related to. Now, look at the question that they have said. How many Grand Slam titles did Leander Paes win in his 3 decades career? Right? One might have seen this news, or they might be referring to some newspaper or some other document where that particular news or that particular section is not in there covered, right? So we need to avoid all these kind of things. We need to note down what kind of information we need to learn when we are covering the current affairs, so that even when we cover the current affair, it should not be the case that, okay, I have read about the current affair but I'm not able to attempt the question. To avoid that, go in a little depth. The level of question in the NABARD have been changed recently. Now if I talk about the ESI section, so here in the ESI section you can see majority of question will be from the schemes, right, followed by reports, followed by the current affair. Current affair basically means any, MOU gets signed, any current context that is there. So this will be the particular trend that is followed by NABARD. However, this can change, very much it can change, but yes, given the past year trend, you should only follow that. You cannot be like, okay, I don't like schemes, so let me do more reports, or I feel reports are very difficult, so let me just totally skip it. You never know. When NABARD change, okay, reports are now more important, you will get around 10 questions from report and only 5 questions from scheme. It can very much happen, but it's like something, we cannot predict. But one thing we know for sure is, till now, till 2023, NABARD have given majority of questions from the scheme. You check various interviews that we have taken, various success stories that we have taken from the toppers. They will all say go for the schemes first. Okay, so this lesson you also need to remember. Then if I talk about from where to do the current affairs, so I have noted down some sources for you. So current affair we have for PIB, Vikaspedia, Krishi Jagran, website of ministry, website of NABARD, and then the newspaper. Now what ministry, that we will talk about, don't worry. But yes, if I talk about the PIB and Vikaspedia, from here you can do the schemes and also the current affair that are government related. Then if I talk about the Krishi Jagran, the ARD current affair will be covered from this. Then we have website of NABARD. This is to do the annual report, and from ministry's website you will also have to do the annual report. Okay, and sometimes the schemes. Then the newspaper overall current affair will be covered from here. Essay ke liye the topics that are important, you will be able to find that here also. And newspaper sometime will also cover your important reports that are not released by the government. Okay, so these you first need to note down. Very easy sources are there. I have not given you 10,000 sources to cover the current affair, so you can easily do it. Now coming to what to cover or the strategy portion. So see, the time you know now when to start the current affair, you know for how much time of current affair you need to prepare. Coming to what part to cover from each section. So first let's talk about the schemes. So whenever we are talking about the schemes, in the ESI part, you will have to do the schemes related to economics and schemes related to social issues. I have also given you the examples. So in social issues, you need to cover poverty alleviation, gender equality, social infrastructure, such topic. When you are talking about economics, you need to do the growth, production, right? These kind of related information and or these kind of related schemes. Now, when you are covering the scheme, do the ministry, do the launch year, do the findings, do the budget allocation, objective, target beneficiary, states, if it's a state scheme, then the current development. These all sections should be covered for each scheme. You will either find it in the PIB or you will have to visit the ministry's website. Then if we are talking about the reports part, so here in the ESI report, you need to do the launching body, major finding, ranks if that are there, and the India related data. If it is indices or it had mentioned India somewhere and given some report. So all these kind of thing you need to do. Important report I have mentioned here. Now coming to the current affair, here you can see what kind of current affairs should be covered in the ESI part. Similarly, if I talk about the ARD, so here you can see in scheme you have to cover agriculture and rural development. What is agriculture? So production, credit, storage, these kind of things. When we are talking about the rural development, water supply, sanitation, food distribution, such data need to be covered. Then if I talk about the report, so here I have mentioned all the important report and how to cover those report. I have already told you in the ESI section. So launching body, major finding, ranking and India related data need to be covered. Finally, when we are talking about the current affair, if something happened for the first time in agriculture, then we have important MOU, meeting, rural development initiative, jitne bhi hai, that you need to cover. So I hope from this you will be able to find out how to prepare for the current affair part, what strategy you should follow. And if you talk about for how much hours you should cover the current affair, so ideally go for the 2 hour per day. Okay, so here 2 hour per day you can do, but if you feel like the 2 hour are not sufficient or if you have more time, then yes, you can very much extend it to 4 hour also. Okay, but 2 hour you should try to do. If you're a working aspirant, then what you can do is, it will be difficult for you to go through the document, right, for 2 hours. You also have other subjects to follow. You have quant, reasoning, English, other things to do. So what you can do is, we can help you with that. Okay, these are first all the important ministry that you need to do. So these you can keep in check on. So in PIB, if some news is related to anything, that you can do. Okay, so I have mentioned all the ministries. Now, how we are helping the working aspirant especially to cut down your time for preparing current affairs. So I have told you, you have 2 hours daily to do for the current affairs. So what you can do while you are traveling or while you are doing some not so serious stuff where you don't need to engage your ears for. So you can play our videos from our YouTube, right? 1 hour you can manage somehow. So we have videos in the scheme part, we releases the report, we have CT 360. So right, so you can refer to all those and from there you can do the current affair. Then once you come home, then you can refer to the PIB and prepare your notes. And if you have the course, you can also make use of the magazines, right? So this you can follow. So if you want, if you want that videos for you to have, or if you want to have the notification of this video, you will have to subscribe to our YouTube channel, of course, right? So thank you so much. Now if you have any other question related to NABARD, so we have this amazing guidebook that you can download for free from the description box. Here you will get all your queries related to NABARD answer, be it related to the PYQ, be it related to the decoded syllabus or the strategy. You will get all your question answer in just 30 pages. So go in the description box and download this amazing guidebook. Now, when I'm talking about the courses, so if you're struggling how to prepare for NABARD Grade A examination, we have two courses. We have a gold pack and we have a silver pack. So in gold pack, you will find your phase 1, phase 2 and interview all covered. All the subjects and all the phases will be covered. When I'm talking about phase 2, specially, so we have for phase 2 especially the silver pack. So here you will see complete coverage of phase 2 and interview will be done. But since the ESI, ARD and GA are common in phase 1 and phase 2, so you will also get the classes for phase 2 here, right? If you want to know what kind of what is the quality of our magazine of or what is the quality of our study material, you can go in the description box. You will find the link to the free sample material that you can try and make your final decision. So thank you so much. Now if you want to see all the YouTube videos that we have, so you can you will have to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you want the PDF of this particular session, so go and download or join our Telegram channel as well. So thank you so much. I hope you will have a nice day.